Good afternoon. My name is Donna Fiesel, and I'm your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182, on Charter Communications, and Abundance Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. Appreciate you listening to us every day, Monday through Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. Central. If you can't find us during those hours, if you can't watch live, you can always go to all of our social media pages, and they're always up there, so you'll always be able to see any of our past shows. And you can also go into the search section on Facebook or on Twitter, or better known as X now, and you can also find the name of the person I interviewed and then type my name in there as well. Be able to pull it right on up. So we're going to talk about romance scammers. Their favorite lies are definitely exposed. And we're talking about these folks that you may meet. They're sending you stupid messages, on Facebook, Twitter, whatever. And I got this through Rita, was one of our listeners and watchers on the show. And so I wanted to remind you, if there is a topic you would like for me to cover, you can send an email to donna@donnasedge.com. That's donna@donnasedge.com. I'm going to show you a real quick video right here. I have a couple I'm going to show you, as well as some pictures, and this will give us all a much better understanding of what's out there. I'm looking out after you, and I want to make sure that you don't get scammed. Someone very close to me has been taken for a lot of money, and I know a lot of you tell me about this every single day. Somebody sends something to me about, they had maybe their mother or their grandmother or their sister, best friend. Someone got scammed out of a bunch of money. So there's some telltale signs that you can know if somebody's legit or not. First of all, I like to look at their friends list. I don't even do that anymore, because you can tell just by looking at the picture generally that it's a scam. But if you look at their Facebook page, you can always see it's always pictures about them. And they've just started the account, by the way. They might have one or two friends that you have that could be, linked in there as well. That should be red flag number one. Most people have been on Facebook, have been on it for a long time. They've got at least 50 friends. But if it's somebody who only has 1, 2, maybe even 5 friends, you might want to check it out. And first of all, I just hit delete. You can always do that. You can go to the little 3 buttons, those 3 little dots that you'll see. Click that, and you can go ahead and exclude them, and you can block them by doing that. So I have somebody that this is happening to right now, and I know that it is, and so I'm going to be getting with her a little bit later on what happened. Okay, so let's talk about romance scammers' favorite lies that are exposed. So romance scammers tell all sorts of lies to steal your heart and your money. And reports to the FTC, that's Federal Trade Commission. By the way, the website is it's ftc.gov. That's federaltradecommission.gov. And they will actually show those lies are working. So last year's romance scam numbers looked a lot like 2021 all over again, and it's not a pretty picture. In 2022, nearly 70,000 people reported a romance scam, and there were actually more than that just did not report it because of embarrassment or what, and you should be embarrassed if you were taken like that. And reported losses hit a staggering $1.3 billion. Per person, it evened out to be somewhere around $4,400. The person I know is over $60,000. These scammers pay close attention to the information you share. They're scanning over your Facebook page, so be really careful what you share. And don't miss a beat becoming your perfect match. They're always going to be your perfect match. You like a thing, so that's their thing too. You're religious, they're religious. If you go from bar to bar, then they go from bar to bar. Whatever you are, they're going to be. And they're ready to now. But there is one exception. You want to meet in real life, but they never can. You want to meet them. You just fell head over heels in love with them. But they can't meet you. Reports show their excuse is often baked right into the fake identity. Claiming to be on a faraway military base is the most popular excuse. But being an offshore oil rig worker, that's another common one, and fake occupation. In short, there's no end to the lies romance scammers will tell you to get your money. So let's talk about romance scammers, their favorite lies by the number. Okay, number one, it says, I or someone close to me is sick, they're hurt, or they're in jail. Okay, that's 24% use that one. I can teach you how to invest. That's 18%. I'm in the military, far away. 18% of them use that one. I need help with an important delivery. That's 18% right there. We've never met, but let's talk about marriage. They want to marry you and they've never met you. 12% of these fakes do this. I've come into some money or gold. 7% use that rig. I'm on an oil rig or a ship. That's 6%. You can trust me with your private pictures. Please don't do that one. 3%, that one's growing as well. Now, reports show romance scammers often use dating apps to target people looking for love. But reports of romance scams can start with an unexpected private message on social media platforms, and those are even more common. In fact, 40% of people who said they've lost money to a romance scam last year said the contact started actually on social media. 19% said it started on a website or an app. And many people reported that the scammer then quickly moved the sweet talk. They wanted to move it to either the WhatsApp, Google Chat, which is a known one, or Telegram. So they really start out with those. Okay, if you think you've met the love of your life, and all of a sudden they say, well, it's more private to use Google Chat, you'd better delete them right then. Okay, they're a scam artist, I'm just telling you. You may have heard about romance scammers who tell you they're sick, they're hurt, they're in jail. They'll give you another fake reason to send them money. But did you know that many romance scammers operate by offering you a favor? They're going to start out that way. They're going to help you out first. They may claim to be a successful investor using crypto, and they'll also teach you how it's done. They're willing to sit there and teach you if it takes hours to do it. But any money you invest goes straight into their wallet. And another twist, they might say they've shipped you a valuable package. Not true, but it requires you to send money for customs. Because it's a valuable package or some other made-up fee, but it's all a lie. You send them the money and the package never turns up. Okay, top payment methods that are on romance scams. Let's go ahead and talk about those for just a few seconds. Okay, keep close to what time it is. Okay, I'm doing good. Then we'll go into a break. So the top payment methods on romance scams in 2022, now the largest aggregate reported dollar losses were in cryptocurrency. They may tell you to go to Walmart and get some, like, real dollars changed into crypto. But more people reported paying with gift cards than any other method. So let's break it down just a little bit. So the total reported loss, 34% of people who lost their money sent it to cryptocurrency, and they did it in a bank wire or a payment. Okay, a gift card could be one, payment out or a service. That was 27% for a gift card, and then a payment out was 3%, and then they had other ways of doing it. I know somebody who actually sent a boatload of money. They told her to go to a thrift store and get a rabbit, one of those little, stuffed animals, and take all the stuffing out and put the money in that. And she really did it. 19% reported number of reports, and then there were 14, and this was with the gift card. And then 15% was a payment out or a service, and then there was 27% that was something else. So the reports all show that scammers who convince you to share explicit photos will then threaten to share them on your social media contacts. So let's think about that. Before we go into break, though, I did want to show you a couple of pictures. Okay, here are some known scammers right here. Okay, this one right here, he says his name is General Eric Todd Hill. He is a scammer. Now, if you will go up into the search issue right up here, up on your Facebook page, type in that name, General Eric Todd Hill. You're going to come up with a ton that this character right here uses. All right, now let's look at, again, now keep that name right there. They're going to be a general. Now, first of all, if you're a general, do you literally have time to get on Facebook? Or, and by the way, this is another thing they'll say. They'll say, well, Facebook is not secure for me, so I want you to go use your Google app. I want you to do Google app. Why would a Google app be more secure than instant messenger on Facebook? That's not true. It's a downright lie. Okay, here's the same dude right here. Okay, he's supposed to be a general, and I'm looking at pictures, and all the pictures are of him. There's one with a kid. He claims that his wife died, and he's raising this little kid right here. That's his total claim to fame right there. Watch that, because they're either divorced or their wife died. You hear that a lot. And there's some strange women out there who did the same thing, man. And and this is another thing they look for. They look on your Facebook page to see if you're widowed or you're a widower. They're hoping you're lonely enough to fall off of these stupid scams. All right, let's look at another one real quick. There he is again. There's another. He's General Eric Todd Hill. You better watch out for him. All right, here's a poor lonely woman right here, and she's sending him, or he's sending her a message, and he says he's claiming that somebody took over his Facebook account, and he wants her to friend him again. There's no telling how much money this poor woman has sent this fool. Okay, here's another lonely woman right here. See, she's lonely, and he scammed her as well. And there's more I can send you. There's plenty. Okay, we've got to go into a commercial break. And I promise we'll be right back in just a few minutes. This makes me mad. It really does. But it's got to be told. So here we go. Let's go to break. At Lamone's Mexican Restaurant, located in Henniger, Alabama, and voted Best Mexican Restaurant of DeKalb County, Alabama 2020, we're here to serve you with authentic Mexican cuisine. Order easily online by going to lamonsmex.com or call 256-657-3999 to place your order. We're open Sunday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Whether you're celebrating a cozy date night for two or a celebration for a crowd, at Lamone's you'll love our atmosphere and friendly servers. Thank you for dining with Lamone's Mexican Restaurant. At Liberty Bank, we're all about community. Whether it's to help with a charity fundraiser or help families in need, toys at Christmas, or a local football team, we're here for you. You see, we realize the importance of family. Sometimes it's to build a new home or necessary home repairs. We're here for you. If you like the feel of a small town bank with all the conveniences of a big city bank, we're here to serve you. You will find us at any of our convenient locations in DeKalb, Marshall, Etowah, and Blount counties in North Alabama. You can call and speak with any of our friendly staff at 256-659-2175 or check us out on the web at libertybankal.com. And thank you for your support of our community. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender. Let Rhonda at Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC take the burden off you for all your tax needs. I know because Rhonda has been taking care of my business since 2013. I feel Rhonda works for me because she knows the direct questions to ask to better benefit my unique business in order for me to get back the biggest refund possible. Rhonda is an ongoing student, and she knows tax laws are in a constant change every year. Call 256-281-9903 for an appointment to take the dread out of getting your taxes done. Rhonda is located at 11968 U.S. Highway 431 in Boaz. Again, that number is 256-281-9903. And let Rhonda's Elite Tax LLC champion your personal and business taxes. Jeff McCurdy of the McCurdy Law Firm has been a public service of this area for over 10 years. McCurdy, a member of the Henniger City Council, serves as prosecutor for the town of Sylvania and was named public defender for the city of Rainsville. The McCurdy Law Firm is located at 17326 Alabama Highway 75 in Henniger to better represent his Jackson and DeKalb County clients. If you need to be represented by a true public servant with proven success, call Jeff at 256-996-8701 or send a private email to mccurdylawfirm@gmail.com. No representation is made that the legal services performed is greater than the legal services performed by other lawyers. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer.
Yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
Okay, we are back. My name is Donna, and I'm looking out for you. I am your host of The Edge on IC Radio, your source for news and entertainment. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant Television found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. So we're talking about these scammers who are out to get your money, and it's a romance scam, okay? This one person that I know very close was taken for a lot of money, over $60,000. Now, prior to that, she had made fun of another woman who had been scammed of only $1,200. So this scammer claims he's from Florida or somewhere. And he just didn't have the money. He wanted to see her. He wanted to meet her. And he wanted to fly out to see her from Florida to Alabama, and which didn't happen. You know what? She sent the $1,200. Bye-bye money. you got no more money, okay? Once that hits them, that's just the way it is. I talked to a gentleman at the Federal Trade Commission. I told him about a situation that was happening, not with me, but somebody close to me. I'm on to this. And so he said it's basically what it is. It's a business. And sometimes the same scammer uses different, if they've ever taken you once, they're going to use another name because they know they've got you one time. They figure they're going to try to get you again. So what they'll do is they'll use a different name, and they'll copy pictures from other people on the internet as well. Don't let that happen to you, please. I'm begging you. I'm giving you some signs right here. I know you want to think somebody thinks I'm the most beautiful person on earth. They're a scammer. Okay, they are scamming you. Now let's talk about romance scammers. They're going to try to get you to pose for pictures you shouldn't be posing for, even to old ladies, okay? So reports show that scammers who convince you to share explicit photos will then threaten to share them with your social media contacts. It's called sextortion, okay? And these reports have increased more than 8-fold since 2019. People aged 18 to 29 were over 6 times more likely to report sextortion than people 30 and over. However, you remember there's a sex fiend for anybody out there. There's some people who want kids. Some people want elder adults. I mean, you got to think about this, okay? It's harsh, but you got to think about it. About 58% of 2022 sextortion reports identified social media as the contact method. Now, with Instagram and Snapchat topping the list, okay? Now, the way romance scammers take your money is another important piece of this story. People reported sending more money to romance scammers using cryptocurrency and bank wires than any other method. Together, they accounted for more than 60% of reported losses to romance scams in 2022. While not the costliest payment method, gift cards were the more frequently reported. So 24% of people who reported losing money to a romance scam in 2022 said it was taken using gift cards. They may do a Walmart, they may do whatever. I mean, they may go to top Dollar General store or whatever and get gift cards and coax you into buying them now. You know why? Because they can't be traced. So here's how you can spot a romance scammer in the act. Nobody legit will ever ask you to help or insist that you invest by sending cryptocurrency, giving the numbers on a gift card, or by wiring money. Anyone who does this is a scammer. Okay, now if someone tells you to send money to receive a package, you can bet it's a scam. Talk to friends or family about a new love interest and pay attention if they seem to be concerned. This one person, I've shared my concerns several times. She's going to get hurt again. Try a reverse image search of profile pictures. If the details don't match up, it's a scam. So here's what they do sometimes. They'll say their name is Smith Joe instead of Joe Smith. That happens. Okay, help stop scammers by reporting suspicious profiles or messages to the dating app or social media platform. Then tell the FTC at reportfraud.ftc.gov. I'm going to do that just as soon as this show is over. I'm going to this website. It's reportfraud.ftc.gov. Now, if someone is trying to extort you, you can report it to the FBI. Learn more at ftc.gov/romance scams. Okay, so before we go, let me go ahead and mention a couple more things. Okay, now this is a figure, help scammers. We put that website up there for you, but this figure throughout the spotlight, the one I was telling you about, let me go to that figure. Okay, this is their favorite lies by the number, and that I gave you earlier, and then the one that says total payment methods on romance scams in 2022. All of these figures throughout the spotlight are based on reports to the FTC's Consumer Sentinel Network. that were classified as romance scams. Reports filed with the Internet Crimes Complaint Center, that's the IC3, prior to 2019 are not included in Sentinel. Okay, so to ensure greater consistency in reporting trends over time, the IC3 reports were excluded from similar spotlights about romance scams, but now are included in this spotlight to focus on the scope and the nature of the losses. Now, reported romance scam losses from all Sentinel sources by the year are as followed. This is big numbers. Now, this is organized business right here. Okay, and you don't know where they're calling from. They may tell you they're right here in the States. They're usually going to say that they're over abroad somewhere, they're in the military, or it just could be in Nigeria somewhere, or it could be your neighbor next door. You don't know who these people are. They're paid for it. And I think these scammers only get a small amount of that. That's why they work so hard. Okay, reports filed show that prior to 2019 are not in there, but let me give you what they did have. So in 2019, the total amount scammed, now these are only the reported ones, okay? This person I know did not report theirs because of the embarrassment. But $493 million was scammed in 2019. Okay, and look how it jumped up. In 2020, that jumped up to $730 million. Okay, now get this. In 2021, it was $1.3 billion. That's a huge jump. 2022, $1.3 billion. Because the vast majority of frauds are not reported to the government. This is just a guesstimate. I promise you it's more than double that. To whom victims of mass market consumer fraud, how many of them actually complain? See, we don't know that. Okay, now number 2 reports are provided by MoneyGram and Western Union. Those are excluded for this median loss calculation, as these data contributors report each loss transactions separately, which typically affects the calculation of an individual's median loss, as I gave you that number a little bit earlier. As noted in footnote 1, reports provided by IC3 were excluded from earlier spotlights about romance scams, but are included in this spotlight. For some reason, the median loss figure should not be compared to previous spotlights. Now, I wanted to mention this one to you before we go. This figure excludes reports contributed by IC3, as not all IC3 reports are about sextortion are included in Sentinel. So romance scams, those reports involving sextortion were identified using keyword analysis of the narratives provided in reports. Now the age comparison one. So let's talk about that one for just a few seconds. Okay, the age comparison is normalized against the population size in each group age. The analysis is based on U.S. Census Bureau data for population by age. Okay, so the annual estimates of the resident population for selected age groups for sex by the United States, that was June 2020, are available by going to the census.gov website. Not all IC3 reports about sextortion are included in Sentinel. This figure also excludes reports that did not identify a contact method. And of the 2022 sextortion reports that identified social media as the contact method and named a specific platform, 41% named Instagram, and 31% of those people who reported named Snapchat. I care about you. So this is only part 1. We're going to be back with part 2 coming up next. Thank you so much for watching The Edge. My name is Donna, and I am your host. Anything else you would like to see me report on, all you have to do is send an email to donna@donnasedge.com. That is donna@donnasedge.com. I'll be seeing you with number 2 coming up soon.